Testing, testing. Beam pop, beam pop, boom. Type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. Type of skits I'm on you wouldn't understand. All right. So before I quit my job in Japan and I started to make 10K online while working remotely, I would always think to myself about leaving my position like for so long. So many years like this would go on is I'm thinking, okay, I want to leave my job, and then something happens, and then it doesn't happen, and then the thoughts would like creep up every now and then. It's like, okay, it's time to jump ship now. But then again, it doesn't happen. And this goes on and on and on in this ongoing cycle, right? So what are those things that's held me back? And I can guarantee that they're the same things that are currently holding you back as well. And so for me, it was things like the fear of missing out, right? FOMO, as they say. Fear of missing out. Missing out on what? Like things like experiences with the company, right? I was working for a small private company, and when it's small, you know, and then there's growth, and then there's expansions, and a lot of new things happening, a lot of opportunities start to flow in, and in the midst of all of this, I'm thinking like, damn, I can't leave now because we're in an upward trajectory. I want to be a part of this history. I want to be a part of this movement, right? You want to attach yourself to that that history. So that's one of those things. And a lot of it was very effective because who doesn't want to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves, right? This is a human nature thing. Um, and there's also the fear of losing comfort because in my job, we didn't have to dress up. We didn't have to wear like fancy suits or even like semi formal. It can be a bit too much sometimes, you know? I can just wear like a t shirt and like maybe some nice jeans, you know? Um, you have that flexibility and it's just so comfortable. Like my job was like a 10-minute bike ride from my house. I don't gotta ride the long ass trains. In the rush hour, I don't have to get stuck in traffic while I'm driving my car. Like it's so chill and laid back, and it's just comfortable. And comfort is different for everyone. Everybody has a sense of comfort wherever they're at, right? In their environment and in their work culture. And this is probably the biggest reason why you're still stuck in your job is because like no lube, no Vaseline, you're just fucking comfortable. Like that's like the biggest reason. You're so comfortable where you're at, and like you low key know this. You know that you are like killing yourself, killing your ambitious um need to grow and develop and just personal growth because you're being really comfortable. And you know that, right? Whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable in your lifestyle, in your job, in your work culture, um I think it's one of the hardest things for people to do is to like really look in the mirror and have an honest conversation with yourself and just ask yourself, am I too comfortable where I'm at? Like have I become too comfortable knowing that you are the type of person that, you know, wants to grow, wants to develop and, have other experiences and do other things, but you've just been stuck on this loop of comfortability because it's all an illusion, okay? This is the biggest scam is that when people say the FOMO effect, the fear of missing out, you're not missing out on anything. It's the same loop. It's the same trick every single time, you know? So you might feel comfortable and you might be looking at the situation like, no, there's gonna be some change. There's gonna be some different thing, and that this thing is growing, and I want to be a part of it, and like I don't want to, leave this because this is what I've known, and I'm just so attached to this. This is like your what's going on in the background of your mind, but just strip out everything and just really just look at yourself, look at your situation, and look at how things have changed in the last few years. You're going to notice that it's been the same, right? And that's why comfort is the biggest killer of like 99% of people's like success. If they want to grow, if they want to, break out to really, do whatever they want, do more of what they want, and really just live a better life, it comes down to that comfort aspect. And that's what held me back for a long time, like years in the same cycle. I had the fear of missing out on the experiences with the company. I had the fear of losing my sense of comfort. Like who doesn't want to just put on like a t-shirt and be chill and go to work and ride your bicycle, and have that freedom of comfort. And I felt so comfortable. And a third thing, kind of on the same aspect, is the fear of losing connections with people associated to your job, right? Whether that's your work mates or your clients, your customers, your regulars that are always coming there, people that you always associate with, because like human beings are social creatures, right? We thrive on social interactions, meeting people, connecting with people. It's part of who we are biologically. That's why if you're a hikikomori, you're fucked. Like, you know, like if you're a recluse, like you just get detached from all society. This is where you're at your lowest, right? Um anyways, um connections with people, right? Whether it's people you've worked with for a long time, right? People you always see at the office. Everybody's got a work best friend. Everybody's got a work husband, a work wife. People that you're always like close to, and your boss if you have a good relationship with your boss and your customers and whatnot. This is all a part of the experience. And it does go back to comfort as well, right? We feel comfortable in our environment, our physical environment, and then we feel comfortable in our social environment with people that we always communicate with. And then the fourth fear, right? The first one was Fear of missing out on experiences, fear of losing comfort, fear of losing connections with people. And then um, the fourth one is fear of losing money, aka your security, right? This is another thing that held me back for so long, is because I know, like, I can guarantee my job is going to pay me money so that I can survive, so I can live. I can pay my bills, I can pay my food, my rent. It's already pre-calculated. I know job equals survival, equals life. And so the fear of losing money is the fear of losing your sense of security. And so for many years, we battle with this struggle internally. Like, okay, like I know I gotta leave this job, right? Because things are not good. Um, but then all these things hold us back. It's held me back, and it's holding you back too. And you know that. And after some time, right? When you really think about it, and for me, I had this realization that those experiences, we're gonna tackle this one by one. Fear of missing out, the FOMO of losing out on experiences. Those experiences with the company, they're not your personal goals, okay? They're not. These are advancements that serve the company. And it's great that we can, attach ourselves to that. We can attach our names to um, having contributed to that success. I was part of helping that thing happen. That's great. It is. Um, but always know that that's all for the company. Okay. When we're born, we all have our own personal, ambitious dreams. We all have our own bucket lists. We don't have to go deep in ambition, but you know, bucket lists, our own personal goals, the own our own check boxes. Okay, that's what's always gonna matter at the end of the day. I guarantee it. I guarantee. If you had a choice to choose between checking off the next thing on your bucket list, or being a part of, you know, something to do with your company's growth, right? Success and their own bucket list. If you had a choice to choose between their bucket list and your bucket list, right? Let's say your bucket list is to you want to go skydiving, and you got to do that right now. Is you can go skydiving and do your own shit, or you can go and open up that new franchise for your company, right? Which would you choose? It's a stupid question. Of course, you're going to choose your own bucket list, your own personal goals, because that's what matters at the end of the day. All right. So that's the first thing you got to always realize is those experiences, they serve the company. They're not serving your own personal goals. Second is comfort, right? Comfort is keeping you stuck. Comfort is keeping you in this position where you're not going to take action. You're not going to advance forward and out of this situation. When you know deep down that you want to quit your job, you want to leave your job, but you're just so comfortable. What you have to do here is very simply just outweigh the options, right? Just outweigh them. Imagine that there's a scale, right? There's a weighing scale. Like, think about me. I'm gonna put um, wearing t-shirts and riding my bicycle, not getting stuck in traffic. I'm gonna put those simple things that makes me feel really comfortable on one side. Okay, this is one side, and then there's on the other side. I'm gonna put in my personal experiences and shit that I want to do before I die. Okay, whatever that is, like, traveling or you know, doing something epic or whatever, like my own personal shit. I'm gonna put it on the left side, and whichever one goes up, as in is the lighter weight, that's the thing that you're gonna lose. Okay, so if I put so much importance, so much attention, so much need to obtain and keep onto the things that are keeping me comfortable, like I can go to work and I don't have to wear a suit. I can just go easily and chill out with my bicycle. I don't have to get stuck in traffic. If I put so much importance and I think value, like I value this over this, things that I give a fuck about, like deeply, passionately, things I care about, and it goes up, I'm like, damn, that's what I'm willing to lose. I'm willing to lose personal life experiences over this. That does not make sense. And you got to do that for yourself too. You got to weigh out the options. That's what's going to really bring things to perspective and look at your comfort like under that magnifying glass. So weigh out the options. You can kill the comfort by doing that. And then the the fear of losing out on connections with people, relationships with members of our work culture. The thing with this one is we have to realize that people come and people go. That's just the raw truth. And that's a simple thing. People are not meant to last forever, right? The only thing that remains is yourself. And I know this sounds really selfish because it definitely is. I'm not going to say it's not. This is very selfish. It's selfish because you're thinking about yourself. And that's not wrong to do, okay? Don't let blame and guilt trick and trap you from staying where you are. And this is like, I'll go deep into this on another video, but um about guilt and all that stuff. But you need to realize that is people, they come and people go, just like when you were in primary school, right? You're with those kids in those classes, and then you level up. You go to junior high school, it's a whole different bunch of kids. Some of them are the same. Maybe you got like 5 or 6 students that you went to primary with, the same guys. Everyone else is different. And then what happens? You graduate, you go to high school, and it's a whole different ball game. It's like maybe you have like 3 or 2 people from your same, like from the OG elementary school, primary school, like maybe 3 of those guys is in your college, high school class. And then you go to university, like, bro, come on, man. It's different. We're leveling up, right? So people are not meant to last forever. And there's nothing wrong with that because we all have a course in our life to live. And your course, whatever that may be, is personal to you, and you can decide whatever course that you want to live. Okay? So The only thing that remains is yourself. And I know it's hard when you're in that work culture, but it's all part of the game of leveling up and, finding what's right for you. And so the fourth fear, which is the fear of losing money, aka the fear of losing your sense of security, or your security and sense of security. And so what you need, because money is the key to freedom. That's a fact. Like, let's let's not bullshit ourselves. Money is always going to be the motivation. It's going to be the key to freedom. And what you need is, you need a stronger earning potential so that you can expand your security, expand your sense of security, because your job's going to keep you in a bind like it has for many, 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 many years. You don't have to work harder. You don't have to work more. You don't have to do any of that. You just need to have the right vehicle to get you to your desired destination. You need to choose the right vehicle so that you can get there. The right vehicle that's going to give you enough money with enough time so that you can spend living life, like living more life, experiencing life, and not working. That's ultimately what you need. You need a vehicle that can give you that. You can be secured, and you can spend more of your energy, your effort, your youth, your time into doing the shit that you care about and living your life, and less time on working, because you have that higher earning potential. So you can do that without working more, without working harder, working less time, and being able to have that security, right? Think about those, like, two cars. If there's two cars, there's there's one car, and I'm not like a big car guy. I don't know anything about cars, but everybody knows a slow car when you see one, right? You could just like look at it, like, yeah, that car doesn't look like it's very fast, right? It's a normal car. Let's say a K car, right? A K car, compact car versus a Ferrari. Okay, we all know, even if you're not a car person, everybody knows a Ferrari's fucking fast, right? If you want to go fast on the K car, right? When you press on that gas for that car to move, and you press on that Ferrari for the Ferrari, right? You probably have to just like light touch it. I'm guessing, because it's a fast car, right? You just light touch it. You just press on it, like, moderately, you know, with moderate power. That thing's gonna move. That Ferrari's gonna go with little effort. But that K car, you gotta fucking floor that bitch. Like, if you wanna go, you gotta like put in some power, pedal to the metal for that thing to move. And we all know, like, that Ferrari's gonna gas the shit out of that fucking K car. Like, we all know that. But you see the picture I'm trying to paint here is, you can keep on pressing hard on that gas for that K car, like you've always been doing, like for the past years, trying to, make ends meet and get to where you want to go. Or you can just just cruise it. Just cruise. Just pick the right vehicle. That's the bottom line, is you got to pick the right vehicle. And in the case of your job, you got to transition to something that gives you that earning potential so that you can check off these boxes. Security, check, and living life. Time to live your life. It's a big one. So I make $10,000 living remotely, living in Japan, and I work half the hours that I did when I was working my full time job. That's a fact. Like I work half the hours and I 6x the amount of money that I was making before. I was working like three jobs before I quit them all in Japan. I only work one now and I make six times more fucking money working half the hours of all of my working jobs in Japan. That's fucking crazy. And it's because I picked the right vehicle. And that vehicle that I used was high ticket sales. Okay. Um, in a nutshell, high ticket sales is when you are going to be like a middleman of a company, because all companies now these days, everybody's all moving online, right? Everybody's has their business online and they're selling like programs, and you're just the middle guy. You connect with a customer, somebody who's interested to buy from the company. You provide value to them, and whatever sale that you make from them onboarding onto the program, you get a commission check. You get a commission from that sale. And the beautiful thing about it is that you can choose whatever you want to be a part of, right? We can go deep into this another video, but really simply, if you like fitness, if you like to work out, go sell fitness courses. If you like, speaking many languages, you can go sell a course on how to learn a specific language, especially if you speak that language yourself. You just be a part of whatever you identify with, whatever you are aligned with, you enjoy, and it's going to be so easy because there's alignment, right? But so I chose high ticket sales because it gave me the ultimate trifecta, which is financial independence, which is time freedom, because I work on my schedule. I don't work on no company schedule. I work when I want to work. I make my schedule and I want to work according to my time. So I got time freedom and I got location freedom. So I can work on the go. I can work wherever I want, whether it's in Japan, whether it's outside of Japan, whether it's in my house, which you can see I'm fucking chilling at home and I'm not in no office. Or if I want to go take a trip and I'll do a little bit of work while I'm in a hotel, I can do that because I have those three things. Okay? Financial independence, time freedom, location freedom. That's all I needed. And I'm out, right? I bounced from my company. And I teach guys how to do exactly that by building out the right systems that's gonna help you create that consistency, right? Consistency of those results so that you can be better versions of themselves. I teach guys how to be better versions of themselves, earning more money, having more freedom of time, having more freedom of location, and living the life that they want to. So, if you want to know how it's done, you can go to the link to this video, go and have a look at my school community. Um, you can reach my community there, and the pre-sale is it's getting up at the moment because the course is still getting completed, right? It's almost done, and by the time it launches, anybody who joins the course after it launches, they're going to have to invest double of what, like, the guys who are the action takers, and you know people who get in early. They're gonna get lifetime access to the community, to all the resources, to all my teachings, to how I show people exactly how they can make 10K online, working remotely, and building out the right structure, the right habits, the right routines, the mindset, everything I'm going to show you exactly how I did it myself for the lowest price, and you get lifetime access if you join early on before the actual course launches. Okay? So if I were you, I would not waste any time at all, and I would like really like take this seriously because we're in quarter 4 now. If you're watching this 2025, it's it's almost mid-October. November, December, we all know this gets crazy at this time of year. You have the opportunity to really crush 2026 and make that year your bitch, as long as you really like just take action and take it seriously, and like just know, just think about your life, bro. Think about what it is that you want to do, what it is you want to live, and know that there is potential for an opportunity to help you get there. All right, let's go.